The last few years at the beginning of the off season, I'd usually make a video talking about what I was going to do during that off season. And that would include often working with improving my flatland power. And then as time goes on, in just a couple of weeks, that flatland power schedule would wane a bit. And I would gravitate toward long climbs that I love to do. And then I really wouldn't accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. This time, I wanted to wait a while, let my program establish, make sure I was going to stick with my program. And I'm doing that. And so now it's a month and a half later, and it's time to make a video. Hey cycling community, this is Steve Grusis, the Cycling Greek. The first 2 or 3 weeks during the off season, I worked on building my endurance back and my long climbing back, because during the race season, I was focusing on shorter races. And I wanted to get ready for this 100-mile, 10,000 feet of climbing Grizzly Century event that was happening locally. And I was able to do that, and I have a video of that linked in the description below. So after this video, go check that out if you haven't seen it. Now, during that time, and that's been about another 3 weeks or so, I've been working on my program. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it one day at a time. So we're starting with Monday. Once a week, sometimes twice a week, if I have to exchange a cycling workout, I go running. And my running is pretty much like 20 minutes, and it's a jog. I've gotten past the point where I look like a total geek running, and I now look like half a geek. So it's not so bad. I'm not pushing for speed. The main purpose is that I'm doing this, and maybe later on as my muscles get used to it, I will push for speed. The reason I'm doing this is twofold: balance and calcium building and calcium retention. With the balance, it's using those little muscles that I don't usually use when I'm cycling, because running and walking is a more natural movement for humans, as opposed to cycling, which is totally linear. So now that I want to talk, it's going to get windy. I hope you can hear me through the wind. So it also helps with the type 2 muscles. And if you're familiar with my channel, you know I need a lot of help with my type 2 muscles. Currently, running is my Monday workout. Tuesday is one of my gotta-have workouts. It's specifically designed to help me increase my power on flat land. I go about 2 hours, and I do intervals, and the intervals that I do, I get about 4 10-minute intervals, and I've increased the number of those to 15 minutes. And they started off as tempo, but now I've floated up to sweet spot. Sometimes the cadence I use is a little higher, but usually it's more moderate. I also try and focus on my glutes. As time goes on in the off season, those intervals will get longer. On Wednesdays, I do the 4-lane. Now the 4-lane is this 8-mile, about 5.5% average climb. And to get to that 8-mile climb, I have to do about 9 miles of undulating climbing. So total is about 40 plus miles, and it ends up to be about 3 plus hours. My pacing for this workout is moderate endurance. If I have to make an adjustment and a workout's got to go, this is the first one to go. That kind of hurt. Okay, that was a pickup. I do 5 of those to get ready for my VO2 max workout. The reason I'm including VO2 max workouts in my off-season training program is because I'm old, and it helps with keeping everything going, helps with your longevity and being functional. It also helps with staving off the effects of dementia, and I spoke about that in a previous video on how it works with the blood-brain barrier and the brain itself. I think I'll be doing another one of those videos. Okay, have one more of those, and then I start my 4x4s. First one's always the worst. That's the thing about VO2 max, you can't cheat on it, because if you cheat on it, you're cheating yourself. Oh man, that sucks. Okay, that was 4 of them. I'm still alive and still in sinus. What I started doing as of last week, after these workouts, I was doing a series of 30-30s for another lap, so to speak, you know, what this location, what this route will allow. So I'm gonna rest up and do some 30-30s. Other than this very first gravel race I did this past Saturday, which was basically a 3-hour time trial for me, I've been doing this 4-hour, 66-mile route on flat and flattish roads. Now the thing about this is that I've been doing mostly endurance, but about 35% of it was tempo. As with Tuesday, I was always spinning, and I was focusing the power coming from my glutes. While I love riding with others, these type of rides were solo. Relative to my goal of increasing my sustained flatland power, this workout was just as important as my Tuesday sweet spot workout. This now brings us to the last day of the workout week, Sunday. Sunday for me is a two-parter. In the morning, I do a Zwift race. Now I already do a high intensity workout with that VO2 max workout on Thursdays. So I can go out and do another, let's say, couple hours of endurance, but I did endurance yesterday, and it was a focused endurance, and I really didn't feel like doing endurance today. Doing a Zwift race is more fun. What am I doing right now? I am marking my GoPro video that you're currently viewing to sync it to the capture video of the race that you're not seeing. I'll show you a small clip of what that finished product, synced product, looks like. It's been about 9 or 10 months since I'd done my last Zwift race, and that was before the season started. Even though my season ended pretty well, it ended about a month ago. Since then, I've been focusing on getting my endurance back and getting my long climbing back because of this event I wanted to do a couple weeks ago. I had mentioned that this morning's Zwift race was part 1. Part 2 happened after mid-afternoon, and that's leg work in the gym. Squats, deadlifts, lunges, and box squats. Well, that's my off-season training plan, and I'm pretty happy with it. The problem is, it's got to change. Daylight's getting shorter, and time change is happening this weekend. So this is why I'm calling this episode my off-season part 1. Once I get part 2 established, I'll do a video on that. I hope you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it. As always, remember, comment, like, subscribe. The Cycling Greek.